So I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. Your eyes show the strength of your soul. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. Certain things in life simply have to be experienced and never explained. Love is such a thing. If you think adventure is dangerous, try routine. It is lethal. Beware when making a woman cry. God is counting her tears. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. Sometimes you have to travel a long way to find what is near. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. You are what you believe yourself to be. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Wherever your heart is, that is where you'll find your treasure. The eyes are the mirror of the soul and reflect everything that seems to be hidden, and like a mirror, they also reflect the person looking into them. A child can teach an adult three things: to be happy for no reason, to always be busy with something, and to know how to demand with all his might that which he desires. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. The parents always insisted on telling their child that their secret friends didn't exist, perhaps because they had forgotten that they too had spoken to their angel at one time. Love is not a habit, a commitment, or a debt. It isn't what romantic songs tell us it is. Love simply is. What hurts us is what heals us. Excessive caution destroys the soul and the heart, because living is an act of courage, and an act of courage is always an act of love. Death is our constant companion, and it is death that gives each person's life its true meaning. If you are brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. Paulo Coelho. What makes life interesting are the challenges we face. Nobody is worth your tears, and the one who is won't make you cry. Love is, after all, a curse of suffering. I love you like a river that creates the right conditions for trees and bushes and flowers to flourish along its banks. I love you like a river that gives water to the thirsty and takes people where they want to go. If pain must come, may it come quickly, because I have a life to live, and I need to live it in the best way possible. If he has to make a choice, may he make it now. then I will either wait for him or forget him. When someone leaves, it's because someone else is about to arrive. Love is an untamed force. When we try to control it, it destroys us. When we try to imprison it, it enslaves us. When we try to understand it, it leaves us feeling lost and confused. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity. Nothing in the world is ever completely wrong. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Tears are words that need to be written. Accept what life offers you and try to drink from every cup. All wines should be tasted. Some should only be sipped, but with others drink the whole bottle. No one loses anyone because no one owns anyone. That is the true experience of freedom, having the most important thing in the world without owning it. Be crazy, but learn how to be crazy without being the center of attention. Be brave enough to live different. We pretend to be strong because we are weak. If you love someone, you must be prepared to set them free. Life is one long training session in preparation for what will come. Pirates of the world, unite and pirate everything I've ever written. If you rely only on experience, you'll simply keep applying old solutions to new problems. The world is divided into those who understand me and those who don't. If one day I could get out of here, I would allow myself to be crazy. Everyone is indeed crazy, but the craziest are the ones who don't know they're crazy. They just keep repeating what others tell them to. All you have to do is to pay attention. Lessons always arrive when you are ready, and if you can read the signs, you will learn everything you need to know in order to take the next step. Forgive, but do not forget, or you will be hurt again. Forgiving changes the perspectives. Forgetting loses the lesson. When you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. We can never judge the lives of others because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. People want to change everything and, at the same time, want it all to remain the same. Life takes us by surprise and orders us to move toward the unknown, even when we don't want to and when we think we don't need to. It takes a huge effort to free yourself from memory. Collective madness is called sanity. In love, no one can harm anyone else. We are each of us responsible for our own feelings and cannot blame someone else for what we feel. Life has many ways of testing a person's will. either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen all at once. Love is only a word until we decide to let it possess us with all its force. Love is only a word until someone arrives to give it meaning. Don't give up. Remember, it's always the last key on the key ring that opens the door. The book is a film that takes place in the mind of the reader. That's why we go to movies and say, oh, the book is better. A man's dignity isn't measured by the people he has around him when he's at the peak of his success, but by his ability not to forget those who helped him when his need was greatest. Life sometimes separates people so that they can realize how much they mean to each other. The mirror reflects perfectly. It makes no mistakes because it doesn't think. To think is to make mistakes. Sadness does not last forever when we walk in the direction of that which we always desired. Death frees from the fear of dying. Love doesn't need to be discussed. It has its own voice and speaks for itself.